Hello everyone, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today's project is this little box which I made just to hold this little cake of soap. So it's a very quick and easy project, and if you'd like to stay with me, I'll show you how I made it. I have a piece of cucumber crush card which I've cut to 8 1/4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. Now if you're using an A4 card, you, 3, 2, 1. I've got a piece of cucumber crush card which I've cut to 8 1/4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. Now if you're using A4 cardstock, if you just cut a piece that's 4 1/2 inches off the end of a piece of A4 card, that would be just about perfect. It is slightly too short, but it's not going to affect the project. So I'm going to score at 3/4 inch, at 3 3/4 inch, 4 1/2 inches, and at 7 1/2 inches. And I'm going to turn my card around and I'm going to score at 3/4 inch, whoops, 3/4 inch, and 3 3/4 inch. I have my scored piece of card, and now I'm going to snip up into these little pieces along the edge. This is going to be the bottom of the box, so I'm going to shape these pieces, because this is the bit that's going to tuck inside the box. So I'm going to take these pretty much right out. So now I've got my fast fuse, and I'm going to put some on these tabs. And the trick with fast fuse, in case you haven't come across it, is to a light hand, much lighter than you think. You need hardly any pressure at all, and flick. That hasn't gone over very well. Sometimes fast fuse has a life of its own, and just flick away. And that way you won't get in too much of a mess. Okay, so now I'm going to close up the box. I'm making a whole lot of these because I made up a whole batch of the orange slice soaps, and if you want to know how I made those, I'll post a link to the YouTube video at the bottom of my video. So it needs to be quick and easy, so I should put that to one side. Now I just need to decorate it. So for the orange slice that goes on the front of my box, I've got a piece of Tangelo twist cardstock. You can see that I've already made a few prototypes with this one, and I've got a piece of very vanilla cardstock, which, as you can see, has been well loved. And I've got my 2-inch circle punch. So I'm going to start by punching out a 2-inch piece of Tangelo twist. And I've also got a 1-inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch out another piece out of the Tangelo twist. I'll take it from there. I'm really tight with my cardstock. I want to get every piece of every piece I can out of it. And I've also got a 1 1/2 inch circle punch, and I'm cutting a 1 1/2 inch circle out of the very vanilla. Okay, so I've got a finger dauber, and I've got Tangelo Twist Classic stamping pad, and I'm just gonna, with my finger dauber, I did try doing this with sponges, and it wasn't pretty. I got ink everywhere. Okay, it's a bit rough there. I don't know what's happened there. Maybe my punch needs sharpening. Maybe I need to run it through some aluminium foil or something. But just take scissors to it and empty it up. Right, and same on this one. Okay, I'm going to keep that on one side. Whoops. Got ink all over my fingers. It's a gift. Right, so I'm back in with my snips, and I'm going to cut my smaller circle in half, and then I'm going to snip it in to thirds. Whoops, come here. And with my wet glue, and I'm trying to keep my 3 pieces in the same relative order to one another, and to make sure it's one of the reasons for actually oh, come here. One of the pieces reason for actually sponging the edge, as well as giving it a nice neat appearance, is that it helps you remember which side is up, because it's very easy to drop these on your mat and then lose which way is up. And you know, it's not the end of the world, but it does make it easier to get a nice neat appearance if you kind of keep them the right way up relative to one another. You don't have to do that. That's totally optional. That's entirely up to you. Get down there. And I'm using wet glue because it does give me a bit of wiggle time. Okay, so that's my sponge side up. So bit of liquid glue on the back, bring in my orange, my Tangelo twist piece, and put those together, and there we have a nice bright orange slice. Right, I have here a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock, which I've cut to 1 inch wide by 3.5 inches long. And I've got my triple banner punch, which is a wonderful invention. Now, you lose quite a bit off the end, which is why I've cut this piece of card quite a bit longer than I want it to be when it's finished up. And I want to have double banners on the end. Get in there, you. So this is really clever, because you can do like 1 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch wide banners. You can. Okay. So that's that. And I've got a piece of very vanilla card which I've cut to 1/2 inch wide, and I've got here my little banner punch. Now I don't want a really short banner. I want to do something similar to what I've just done on the other one, so I'm bringing the card in over the top of the punch and then sliding it underneath the flag end there. Okay, and I've done that side, so now I want to do the same for the other side, and this is considerably too long, so how much do I want it? Actually, I'm not happy with that. I'm going to do that again. I didn't get that very straight. See, it's just a piece of paper. It's not life and death. No, that's better. That's more like it. So how long do I want this? Roughly. Okay, right, roughly as far as there. And yes, I could have measured it before, but I didn't. So sue me. Okay. So again, I'm trying to make sure I've got that nice and even, and snip. Right, so how does that look on there? Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm just going to stamp my sentiment onto here, which is from this stamp set, which is Watercolour Wings, which has got these beautiful butterflies, but it's got some nice little sentiments as well. So the one I'm using is Just For You, because I really like that handwriting. And you can't really see, can you? But I'm in the Tangelo twist yet again. And this is a photopolymer stamp set, so we line it up and we press down. Now that's my tablet informing me that I've got an email. I thought it was so clever, turning the email off on the computer. Right, okay. So all I need to do now is to put it all back together. So a piece of glue on the back of my orange slice, and I'm putting that right up near the top, and same thing on my Bermuda Bay piece, and we're going to slide that just underneath there. Okay, so that the orange is on top of the banner underneath. And then finally my bit of Very Vanilla with my sentiment, and we'll pop that right in the middle there. That's it. So all I have to do now is get a bit of paper shred, and this is just brown wrapping paper, which I ran through the shredder, and it makes it look nice and organic, and Sorry about that, I was looking for what I did with my piece of soap, and it also helps to hold the soap nice and firmly in place and stop it bashing around in the box and getting damaged. So here we go, tuck that in. It does go in, honestly. And there it is. Job's done. And there we are. This is the one that we've just completed together, and this is the one that I showed you at the start of the video. And here's another one that I made yesterday, because I've got quite a few of these to make. So when I finished, they'll all be sold at a craft fair, a charity craft fair that we're doing where I work. So I do hope you've enjoyed the project. Thank you very much for joining me. If you want to find out more about me or about Stampin' Up or how to buy any of the products that I've used in this video, by all means do visit my blog or my online shop. The details are in the about bar underneath this video. So once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.